All right, exciting times for anybody around Dublin because the Premier League trophy is going to be in Dundrum with thanks to Coca-Cola on the 13th of April between 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. So if you're around that part of town, make sure to get down there because not only with thanks to Coca-Cola will the Premier League trophy be there, but Michael Obafemi is going to be there as well, and he's with me in studio right now. Michael, you're very welcome.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
How are you?
I'm very good, thank you.
When I say that, it's like the last time we saw your name in the headlines was the injury, your hamstring. You're just telling us there that you haven't had to undergo surgery, so it's good news, I presume.
Yeah, I mean, I was obviously ecstatic when I found out I didn't have to have surgery. But now I'm on the mend, and I've not got too long left, and I'm just working hard to get back fit, so yeah.
It's been a couple of injuries at this point now. Have you got the hang of dealing with all that free time?
Yeah, I think the first one I struggled with because obviously I was in the first team and obviously I wanted to play, but obviously that set me back and I struggled a bit. But now I think this one I've come to terms with it and I've learnt how to manage it off the pitch as well, doing stuff like watching other players, other strikers, and like learning how to adapt my game when I come back and get back training. So yeah.
Who are you watching?
I've been watching Suarez. He's very smart.
He is.
Very smart. I've been watching Aguero and Lacazette and Aubameyang, really.
Right, that's... there's similarities in their play. Their movement, I'd imagine, is very interesting to watch.
Yeah, I say Suarez's movement is probably the best out of all of them. But I'd say they all have, obviously, good movement. And especially Aguero, good finishing as well. So, yeah.
What is it about Suarez's movement that sets him apart from the rest?
I think he just thinks like 2 steps ahead of the defender. He's always a step ahead of the defender, so yeah.
So Luis Suarez, what specifically then are you actually looking at in terms of what you can take from it?
I'd say I'm just looking at how I can put that into my game, how I can be 1 step, 2 step ahead of the defender instead of just reacting in the moment, because then I'd create more chances for myself and obviously which could help us win the game. So yeah, that's ultimately what I'm looking for. Has
your football so far to date in your career all been based on instinct?
I wouldn't say so, but I'd say it's in the first team, like in obviously top levels, different to when you're playing under 23s, under 18s football. But I'd say more instinct than not. Mm-hmm. But I think I'm adapting and I'm changing my game as each day comes, yeah.
I guess the greatness is always achieved when you have that level of instinct, when you have that natural talent and you have a great coach or a great ability to understand tape to improve that.
Yeah, I'd say so as well, especially with our new coach coming in as well, who's very focused on pressing and winning the ball back fast and keeping the ball and counter-attacking. I think with a good coach as well, anything can happen. Like he can push like young players, which is obviously what our coach is doing, and giving everyone chances. So yeah.
Yeah, and like when it comes to say the people you've been watching all your life, is this obviously a new fascination with the likes of Luis Suarez, or has he always been your hero in that respect?
I would say he's always been my hero. I say Henry has been a big impact because I watched him obviously when I was younger, and what he did for Arsenal was amazing, and hopefully I can replicate that, but obviously for Southampton. Yeah, but yeah, I think what he done was amazing, so yeah.
You mentioned 3 Arsenal strikers there. Are you an Arsenal fan? I'm an Arsenal fan, it's okay.
Yeah. I would say, apart from Southampton, Arsenal would be my team, yeah.
Would be your second team?
Yeah.
You talk about your struggles there to start after your first injury, which was against Manchester United. Yeah. You were saying it must be a bittersweet moment, getting the chance to play against Manchester United and then having to hobble off with an injury as well. What were those struggles like? Was it kind of trying to find out how to actually recover from it? Was it a frustration, or what was the emotion?
Well, obviously, it was my first start in the Premier League, and I got my first assist as well, and in like the 60th minute, I just felt it, and then I just felt distraught, and then I was just, obviously I found out that it was just like 6 to 8 week injury or however long it was. I just found it hard, like the whole process, like the rehab and everything, because like I didn't really want to. Also, I didn't want to be injured. Like no one wants to be injured, but like I just didn't really know how to come to terms with it. But obviously, the staff and everyone helped me, and eventually, I come back fit, and I was ready to go. And that's when I came back against Huddersfield, where I got my first goal, and then the next day did it again, which that was a very low point, because obviously I had to score my first Premier League goal, the youngest for Southampton to do so as well in the Premier League. But I'd say, yeah, I struggled then the most. I struggled like, quite a bit, but I'm thankful for the staff because they helped me a lot. They just stuck by me and just helped me get back fit. Yeah.
Because ultimately, your entire life, it's not only the thing that you love to do, it's your livelihood, it's a career that every moment counts, really, and it's been kind of ripped away from you repeatedly.
Yeah, I'd say, yeah, I've had a lot of bittersweet moments. Obviously, my first start, injury, first goal, injury, and obviously I came back against Arsenal as well, and then it happened again. So, but yeah, I mean, I just got to keep my head up high and then keep going, so yeah.
And have you been doing anything differently during this time out to ensure that it doesn't happen again?
I'd say we're like being more like taking our time more. Like not, I wouldn't say we pushed me back too fast in the first place anyway, but we're just taking our time more in this one and making sure we get everything right, make sure it's as strong as possible, so that it don't happen again in the future. So yeah.
I'd imagine I'd just be bored out of my tree during that time. Like, I mean, there's only so many Suarez videos you can watch. Yeah. Like, do you do anything else? You play video games or what it is to pass the time?
Yeah, I like to play a bit of Xbox, PS4. But,
what do you play?
NBA. I stopped playing Fortnite. Nah, stopped playing.
Too addictive.
Yeah, stopped playing that. I play a bit of Division 2 now.
Right.
FIFA as well, but not as much as before. I don't really think they did very good this year.
Yeah, that's what we've been told. David Myler was saying that it's not as good as FIFA 18.
Nah, it's not. FIFA 18 was a good game, but I don't think they've done that well with it this year. But yeah, I'd say the game I play most is NBA.
Right. Any particular team?
Who's my team? Well, to be honest, I support LeBron James.
Right, wherever he goes.
Wherever he goes, I support. So right now, Lakers, and obviously they didn't make the playoffs. So. It's a bit
pretty disappointing for them.
Yeah, very disappointing.
It's interesting, your manager was talking about video game addiction there recently, wasn't he? It's like, I could certainly speak about video game addiction. I think I played Football Manager 2012 up until the year of like 2020 or probably 2220 really, I should say. I think you had retired actually in that game by the time I started playing. It's a real thing really. It's a danger as well when you got a bit of idle time.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you just gotta learn how to manage yourself really. Obviously, like have like an hour or two on it, and just like go have a break, watch TV or socialise or something, you know.
Yeah.
Instead of just staying on it for like hours and upon hours, you know. But yeah.
Or go watch some more Suarez videos or something like that.
Exactly.
It's good to hear you're on the mend, though, and it's good to see you're in a positive mindset about all of that. But it's the first time we've had you in studio. I mean, we haven't got a chance to actually speak to you. So you were born in Dublin to Nigerian parents.
Yep. Yeah, my mum came over to see her sisters, and that's when Michael Obafemi was born.
Right, okay, so she had sisters living in Ireland already. Yep. She came just for a holiday?
Yeah, she just came to visit them because she hadn't seen them in like quite a while. So she came over, saw them, and then I popped out.
The rest is history, the year 2000.
Exactly, yeah, millennium baby. You know what I mean?
And how long did you hang around Dublin for?
I actually do not know.
Right.
I do not know the answer, but all I remember is growing up in London. That's all I remember, really. But yeah.
In Essex?
Yeah. Well, no, I grew up in East London.
Right.
In an area called Chingford.
Oh, yes.
And then I moved to Essex in around 2011 or so. Yeah, started secondary school. That's when I moved to Essex.
It's interesting looking back. I wonder, like, moving over to London and comparing it to what the opportunities are in Ireland. You must be thankful that you had the opportunity to be in London with all these great academies going around. And I guess the irony of that is that you actually started off playing Sunday League football. Yeah,
I mean, obviously, you got to start somewhere. I started at a local team, Ryan FC, and then I got scouted. for Watford. I remember, yeah, Watford, and I signed there. I signed at Watford. My brother was also there, and but he didn't get his scholarship there, and then I got released at the same time as well, and then he went to Leyton Orient, and then I quit football for a year because I don't know, like after I got released, I don't know, I just fell out of love, you know, and I just felt a bit down, and then I eventually went to Leyton Orient with my brother, and he was in the first team there. I was in like under 13, 14s, 15s there, and then that's when Southampton came along.
Right, okay. What did Watford say at the time when they released you?
They actually didn't say anything to me personally. They said it to like my parents on the phone. So I was like, oh, okay.
And they just didn't see a potential there, or they clearly got it wrong?
Yeah, well, I mean, clearly. But yeah, I don't remember much about it, but I just remember my parents telling me that I'd been released, and that's about it, really.
Yeah, it's amazing the way yourself and your brother were so closely aligned at that point as well. Was it always a situation where there was some sort of friendly rivalry in the family?
No, I wouldn't say so, because he was always like older and bigger than me. So like where I was in like under 14s, 15s, he was always like with the men's and stuff. So I wouldn't say there was a rivalry there, but I would always like aspire to be like him, you know, because obviously when you're that young, you look up to your older brothers and older siblings. So yeah, I was just trying to be like him in a way. So yeah.
How did you find the academy structures as opposed to, say, Ryan FC? Because with Ryan FC, I'd imagine you can bang in the goals every single week, and you get confidence, and maybe you actually build up a better skill set as a result of that, as opposed to being in an academy as a kid.
Yeah, I'd say I enjoyed my time at Ryan FC. I remember everything about Ryan FC, to be fair, all the tournaments and everything. But I remember as well, when I was at Watford, I remember one game, I scored 11 goals.
For Watford?
Yeah.
And they released you?
Yeah, I mean, not much more I could do, but yeah, I scored 11 goals. I remember that.
I'm not a football, I'm not going to say I'm a football director expert or an expert in scouting, but if I see a kid who scores 11 goals in a game, I'm probably not going to release him.
Yeah, I mean, I was a bit mischievous as well, but I don't think that had a part on it, but yeah.
What sort of mischief are we talking?
No, I mean, just silly stuff really, you know. classroom joker, you know. Not everyone can tolerate that, but, you know.
Your most important talking was done on the pitch, I suspect. You said you sprinted as well as a kid. You did a lot of athletics.
Yeah, I did like 100 metres, sometimes 200 for my school and stuff, but mainly 100, yeah. It's
interesting because we've been speaking about this quite a bit on the show over the past couple of months about the connection between athletics and other sports. And Derval O'Rourke said that basically she looks at rugby players and how some of them aren't actually running correctly.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder if your athletics training has actually helped you get that extra yard of pace, or your technique is just that little bit better, and that ultimately the cross-pollination of both things has been a huge positive for you.
Yeah, I think like having a good technique in running like could actually help you run faster, because obviously it does it in athletics. So I think obviously it can help you in football as well, like give me the extra yard that I can on the defenders and get behind, so which is a big part of my game. So yeah, I'd say so, yeah. So
you move on to Southampton eventually when all this happens. Why did you pick Southampton? Like, they've obviously got a great record when it comes to producing young talent.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you can see the record: Gareth Bale, Theo Walcott, Chamberlain, Luke Shaw, you know, Lallana, Mane, well, not Mane, but, you know, all of them that's come through Southampton. And, I mean, hopefully I can be the next one, you know, just get games week in, week out, play well, you know, and show everyone what I can do, you know.
Is there a particular reason why they're so good at producing young talent?
I'd say, like, because, like, the club in itself, everyone's just together. Like, no one thinks they're bigger than whoever, like, anyone. Like, everyone just speaks to everyone. Like, there's no real outsiders or like any big time players, you know. So everyone just speaks to everyone. So yeah. No egos in the dressing room, which is a really important thing. Yeah, I think everyone, you know, gets along with everyone, and like team nights out and stuff, and bonding and stuff, is also good. So yeah. And what has the new manager brought in? Well, he's not that new anymore, I guess, in Ralph Hasenhüttl. Like, is it a much more positive atmosphere in the dressing room than when Mark Hughes was in there? Well, I'd say we're obviously in a better place now than we was under last manager. But yeah, I think like everyone's just confident. Everyone's like expressing themselves, and obviously we're climbing the table now, moving away from the relegation zone. But yeah, I think he's done well.
Yeah, he absolutely has, and it's great to see you climbing the table. We must just finish up on Ireland, obviously. There's been a change of manager with Southampton, there's been a change of manager with Ireland, obviously. Martin O'Neill gave you your first cap, so I'd imagine you've got pretty fond memories of his era, and Mick McCarthy, we've got to wait to see you in a green shirt under him yet.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully I come back from injury and there's games coming up in June. Yeah, June. And hopefully I'm fit and healthy to play in them, but it's just whether I get picked, I guess, or whether it's worth me even going, you know. But yeah, I mean, I definitely want to get back in a green shirt, you know, represent my country.
Was there ever any decision to be made about not representing Ireland?
No.
It was always Ireland?
No, yeah. I don't know, the media obviously, you know, they big up everything, you know, bring England, Nigeria into it. But no, I don't think them two was even on the cards, really. But yeah.
Because I think our pride has been wounded a small bit after different events over the last couple of months. That people are like, if there's a chance to pick England or Nigeria over Ireland, there's a better chance of making the World Cup there. So I think we were all delighted to have you, but there was never any question, obviously, on your sense of things. But it's been great to chat to you, Michael. You're very welcome into studio. So he's going to be back in Dublin, as I say, on April the 13th, as Coca-Cola are bringing the Premier League trophy to Dundrum Town Centre. There's going to be competitions and prizes to be won, including the chance to win VIP tickets to Premier League games. You'll also get the chance to meet this man, Michael Obafemi. Thank you so much.
You do indeed. Thank you very much for having me.